a wonderful young lady. We need. Okay, I'm going to introduce to you now a young lady named Lori Racine. Lori is a 5-year today breast cancer survivor to the day, and she has a poem that she wrote shortly after her diagnosis that she's going to share with all of you tonight. So here I introduce to you Lori Racine.
Hi everybody. I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. Cancer is certainly a really difficult journey, and one that my faith in God, my friends and family, and the love of writing actually helped me get through. This writing that I'm reading for you tonight is one that I wrote probably a year into my journey. I hope you enjoy it. I hope I can read it in this dark light too. I remembered today, but tried to forget, that Saturday when I felt the small, hard ball just beneath my skin and the fearful recognition of what I had just discovered. I remembered today, but tried to forget, lying on the cold examination table, the stunningly quiet ultrasound technician with her eyes darting about the room, afraid to settle her eyes upon my face. Her silence acknowledging what I already knew. I remembered today, but tried to forget, the painful biopsies and how I charmed the room with my humorous quips to blanket the panic and fear that I was really feeling. I remembered today, but tried to forget, the phone ringing a few days later, the calm voice of a nurse on the other end, a million miles away, saying matter-of-factly that I have breast cancer. The phone call only lasting minutes, but feeling like an eternity, using words I couldn't yet understand like estrogen, progesterone, chemotherapy, tamoxifen, and that voice cheerfully stating that it's a good thing that my tumor is hormone positive. A good thing would have been for her to say that this was all a big mistake. I remembered today, but tried to forget, putting on that brave mask and telling my family and friends that I have breast cancer, seeing the palpable pain on their faces and hearing the regret in their voices, telling my 2 beautiful daughters together in my living room, trying to reassure them that I will be fine, but also having to be honest with them that my future is uncertain, seeing their bright-eyed faces, trying to be brave, recognizing their quivering chins and sagging shoulders, Catherine having to leave the room to compose herself. I remembered today, but tried to forget, the surgery to remove my breast and the huge painful drain that became my constant companion, trying to hide it like it was something to be ashamed about. The same shame I felt about the breast cancer, like I had done something wrong. I remembered today, but tried to forget, the first chemotherapy infusion, being scared to death when they started the IV, waiting to die when the toxic cocktail made its way into my veins, realizing that I couldn't walk away from this like you can with other problems. Sitting there for hours watching, just watching the drugs drip into me. Drip, drip, drip. Looking around the chemo room at all the sickness there and feeling like I just didn't belong. I remembered today, but tried to forget, waking up one morning and noticing that my arm hair had vacated my body, knowing what was coming. The loss of my hair was right around the corner, unavoidable. And after my hair fell out, being afraid of mirrors for months, for fear that I could see into the soul of the person staring back at me and having to face the pain held there. I remembered today, but tried to forget, the sickness I felt for months, my swollen body a traitor to me, bearing all of the rarest side effects that even baffled the doctors, but having to go on with my life as a wife, mother, daughter, sister, aunt, friend, and coworker, never telling anyone how badly I really felt. I remembered today, but tried to forget, until this moment when I can now look back and recognize the slow, steady signs of healing, the physical, my hair growing back, shedding my wig, my edema slowly dissipating, losing the chemo pounds I had gained, but also the emotional healing, being okay with that person staring back at me in the mirror, wanting to reach out to those less fortunate than I, wanting to be closer to my kids, friends and family, wanting to live, wanting to love. Thank you.
Lori, thank you very much.